This shiny metal is always in a liquid state. It's much denser and heavier than water, and if you jumped into a pool full of this stuff, you'd instantly regret it. The metal I'm talking about is liquid mercury. Yeah, swimming in it would feel like swimming in jello. Only worse, because it would burn and seriously irritate your skin. And if you stayed in the pool long enough, liquid mercury would get absorbed by your skin and make it to your organs, even your brain. Eventually, it could cause speech difficulties and lack of coordination. You could lose your vision, too. And if you think this is bad, well, you haven't seen the worst on our list yet. Buckle up as we submerge you in the most dangerous things known to humanity. From painful stings to severe frostbite, this journey could get fatal quick. Think you can make it till the end? Well, for your next dangerous dive, let me take you to Tanzania. Here, there's a lake so dangerous it could turn you to stone. Huh? Yeah, that's right. Lake Natron has uncomfortably high pH levels. All thanks to being too close to an active volcano, Oldeño Lengai. This volcano spews out a rare kind of lava rich in sodium and potassium carbonate. And mix this stuff with water and you've got yourself a mummification pool. After only 5 seconds in Lake Natron, you'd get third-degree burns. That's because this lake can get as hot as 60 degrees Celsius. And don't swallow any of its water because Lake Natron could burn your insides. If you couldn't get out of this hot water and stayed submerged long enough, your entire body would calcify and harden. Lake Natron would preserve you so well that even 100 years later, people could find your hair and what's left of your organs intact. Okay, let's take it up a notch and throw you into something even more dangerous, like a pool full of stingrays. These guys may look cute, but don't let them fool you. They're armed with long, venomous stingers, ready to kill you at any moment. If you were stung by a stingray, the venom would flow into your bloodstream and it would hurt a lot. That's because of the serotonin in a stingray's venom. It would cause your muscles to contract badly. Now imagine being stung by a pool full of these creatures. Not only would you feel as if your body was twisting all around, but you could also experience a severe allergic reaction. In that case, you'd require proper medical attention immediately. But luckily for you, stingrays wouldn't go after you unless they felt threatened. So just try not to disturb them and you'll be fine. Likely. Most likely. Probably. You know, when it comes to swimming with creatures, you could do a lot worse. Have you ever swam in a pool filled with sharks? Well, you're about to give it a try. Yeah, sharks can smell your blood. They can also hear you very well. Their hearing is on par with their amazing sense of smell. But now, if a shark took a bite out of you, well, it doesn't necessarily mean it wanted to harm you. Sharks are just extremely curious and they use their teeth like you use your hands. They investigate their surroundings by touching things around them with their teeth. That's weird, and it really would be unlucky for you to get stuck with a curious bunch of sharks in one pool. But the chances are they wouldn't be interested in you at all. Sharks are wired to hunt fish, and you'd be a lot bigger than most sharks anyway, so they might be scared of you more than you'd be scared of them. As long as you don't make any sudden movements, you could get out of that pool unharmed. But I can't say that about the next item on our list: volcanoes. Active volcanoes are hot. I'm talking 500 degrees Celsius hot. And as you stand on the rim of one, you'd be breathing in a ridiculously hot mix of gases like sulfur and ammonia. That alone would cause you to pass out. But things are about to get worse. As your unconscious body hit the magma inside a volcano, the impact would be so hard that it would break most of the bones in your body. Your skin would be flaming, your lungs would get seared, but contrary to what you might think, you wouldn't sink. That's because magma can be thousands to millions of times more viscous than water. Oh, but there's one more thing. Within seconds, the intense temperature inside of a volcano would make you go poof. Yeah, you'd ignite into a ball of flames and only your bones would be left. But not for long. Okay, I think it's time to cool off as you prepare to take the number one most dangerous dive on our list. A dive into a pool of liquid nitrogen. Liquid nitrogen is non-flammable. It has no odor and no color. And it makes a ton of fun fog when you expose it to room temperature air. So why is it the most dangerous thing on our list? Well, for starters, liquid nitrogen would displace oxygen around the pool. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to breathe and might pass out before you have a chance to feel anything else. But that would be just the beginning. This stuff boils at a very low temperature of minus 196 degrees Celsius. So if you took a swim in a pool of liquid nitrogen longer than a few seconds, you wouldn't be coming back out. You would get severe frostbite all over your body. Your muscles, fat, and blood would be frozen solid. If you managed to stay conscious and kept your head above the surface, your body would freeze and sink right down. But there is some good news. Since you would instantly turn into a human popsicle, you'd also experience extreme nerve damage, meaning you simply wouldn't feel any pain. You would just drown in a freezing cold, boiling nitrogen pool. And that's why it's number one on the list of things you don't want to jump into. But hey, some journeys might be worth the risk. Like a jump in the deepest hole on Earth. But that's a story for another What If.